We're your Dallas Cowboys. I just want to talk about applied sports martial arts. When I first got here, my rookie season, I've really been doing this for 4 years now, and it's been helping me improve on my run stopping abilities, getting off of blocks, but also get to the quarterback. My first year, I got 8 sacks as a rookie, and then 11 the next year, and then 14 3 years after that, and then last year I was a league leading sack leader, so I got 20 sacks. So that shows you how, you know, if you come to this class, you're going to improve on a lot on just being an all-around player. So I really just recommend, you know, this class to any high school student, because if I knew this before I was able to get to college, I probably would have got some better scholarships. So I think, you know, I would recommend this class to any of you guys.
Go.
Hi, this is DeMarcus Ware with your Dallas Cowboys. I'm with Valentin at Applied Sports Martial Arts. I just want to recommend this class to all students and, you know, just players in general, because first of all, he's helped me with becoming an all-around player, with stopping the run, being a better pass rusher. Because when I first got in my rookie year, I got 8 sacks and then 11 sacks, 14 sacks, and then this past year, I was a leader of the NFL with 20 sacks, and that's a lot of sacks for a linebacker. So he just taught me really to be an all-around player, and I really would recommend this to any student if they're trying to get to the next level.
Hi, I'm Randy White, former Dallas Cowboy and member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And what I'd like to talk to you about a little bit about today is a program called Applied Martial Arts. And I've been working this program for probably 23 years. Started back when I joined forces with Valentin Espiricueta, a 2-time world champion martial artist, and Bob Ward, who was the former strength coach with the Dallas Cowboys. And what we did was take different things from different arts and apply it to sports, and came up with a program that I was a defensive tackle. And how I applied it, and the reason we call it applied martial arts is it's not have anything to do with punching, kicking, fighting. What we do is take from these arts and help you be a better football player at your position by improving your balance, your skills, your hand techniques, just taking you to a different level as an athlete. One of the main reasons I first got involved with this program was through Bob Ward, our strength coach. We did some testing. I was a first-round draft choice with the Dallas Cowboys, won the Outland Trophy, the Lombardi Trophy, and you know, could bench press 460 pounds and power clean 400 pounds. And, you know, I thought I, you know, was doing pretty good. And started working with Bob a little bit on some functional strength. And he had us punching a bag. Well, I punched the bag. He says, well, hit as hard as you can. Oh, I hit the bag as hard as I could. He says, hey, you don't know how to hit. And at first it kind of, it bothered me a little bit. But then I realized what he was saying was, hey, Randy, you know, you really don't know how to use your body properly. You're hitting, but you're not hitting as hard as you could hit if you knew how to use all your strength. So I started working with these hand techniques and working with the martial arts, learning how to move my hips, learning how to get my body in position. And I was never really a big guy to play defensive tackle in the NFL. And then they changed the rules, and the players got bigger, and they were allowed to use their hands, and they could grab. Well, I had to learn some techniques to change all the techniques that would work in the past. We had to change all those techniques, because the game went from a in-here type of a game to an out-here game, and more of a striking, hitting type game to a pushing, shoving type game. And so I started working on my skills, dealing with a guy grabbing a hold of me. How do I get his hands off? I don't want to beat him up. I want to get around him and get to the quarterback and trap him. So, you know, we started developing these skills and took them from the martial arts. And it's not only for a defensive tackle, an offensive lineman. If I was an offensive lineman, I would get with somebody that could work this program, and because it would bring an offensive lineman to a different level of play. a tight end, a wide receiver, a running back, a quarterback, any position on that football field, strong safety, weak safety, it's going to make that particular player a better football player. You have to have the qualities. You have to want to be a football player. You have to have the drive. You have to have the strength. You have to have all those qualities if you're going to play professional football. But if you have those qualities and you are playing professional football and you want to take yourself to a different level, you want to be this much better than the other guy out there. You want to be not just a player in the NFL, you want to be an all-pro. You want to be a Pro Bowl player. This is one of the things that will help you get there. And we call it applied martial arts, and we're going to demonstrate some of the fundamentals of this program right now and give you a look at it and give you something to think about. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, the first thing we're going to show you is some of the fundamental routes. This is how we begin the program. And usually when we leave after the first day, guys that we worked with have something that they feel like they can take onto the football field and use it right then. So we feel like we make a guy a better football player in one day. If someone stays on this program and works on this program for a total off season or for 6 weeks or intermittently throughout the year, you know, their performance level is going to go from down here to up here. So we're going to just show you some of the basic routes that we have to work with. This is Valentin Espiricueta. This is the guy that is a 2-time world champion martial artist. A lot of the finer points that I've learned that have really helped to develop some of these techniques come from Valentin. He's a guy I work very closely with along with Bob Ward. Valentin gets a lot of credit for developing a lot of these techniques or training drills that we have. Most of the time, you start off with a problem at this range in football, whether you're an offensive or defensive lineman. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what I, as a defensive lineman, how the drills that I use to combat this. We call it problem solving. This is a problem, we got to solve the problem. Me as a defensive lineman, he's an offensive lineman, he has to stop me. Me as a defensive lineman, I have to get around him, get to the quarterback. So what's the easiest, most efficient way for me to do that? We use a numbering system starting off. Then once it becomes a part of you, then you no longer use the numbers. But just for training, double arm over, 1. Applied martial arts has been used by numerous teams in the NFL, Denver Broncos, San Diego Chargers, Dallas Cowboys, Detroit Lions, and numerous players that work with us from different football teams. And you know, what are we trying to accomplish with our program, Applied Martial Arts? We're trying to make football players better at their position, improve their skills. Everywhere we go, the question we get, well, what if? What if this guy does that? How do I beat this? What if this guy does this? How do I beat that? Well, we deal with the what if program, with what is question. We deal with that question and help guys solve that, because there really is not one answer to or solution to that problem. There's numerous different solutions, and you have to learn to flow. And when you learn to flow and you learn to use your hands, you can solve that what if question. You can eliminate it. So we got to make guys better football players. The NFL today is so specialized, and guys are striving to find an edge to make themselves just a little bit better than the other guy. And as a team or as an individual, I will testify to the fact that this program, Applied Martial Arts, will help you be the best possible football player you can be. And if you want to go to a different level, you're not satisfied being mediocre or good. You want to be great. This program will give you a chance to be great.
What you're about to see is a powerful technique that gives a football player an edge like none other. A knowledge that takes a player's game to a new and higher level of performance. It's called the winning edge. The winning edge combines the physical training and skill of the football player with the body coordination and hand defenses of the martial arts. Since 1984, NFL Hall of Fame player Randy White has provided input for this technique with his football wisdom and on-the-field experience.
The game went from a in-here type of a game to an out-here game, and more of a striking, hitting type game to a pushing, shoving type game. So I started working on my skills, dealing with the guy grabbing a hold of me. How do I get his hands off? I want to get around him and get to the quarterback and trap him. So, we started developing these skills and took them from the martial arts. It's not only for a defensive tackle, an offensive lineman. If I was an offensive lineman, I would get with somebody that could work this program, and because it would bring an offensive lineman to a different level of play. A tight end, a wide receiver, a running back, a quarterback. Any position on that football field, strong safety, weak safety, it's going to make that particular player a better football player.
The winning edge has proven success on the NFL playing field. After just 6 months of training, the New Orleans Saints led the NFL with 66 quarterback sacks. After mastering the winning edge, players are unstoppable. NFL pro Leroy Glover led the NFL with 17 sacks during the 2000 season. The winning edge is a must to stay competitive in the aggressive sport of football. It is now in use by 8 NFL teams and many of the most prominent players in the game.
The hand technique is really what football is all about now, especially up front.
Feel that? Yeah. See that? Whenever you can, insert that little, keep going, insert that. See that?
This incredible hand-to-hand combat skill will baffle untrained players and render them completely defenseless against the winning edge player. It is an invincible technique that can be applied to any position, offensive or defensive. Randy White and martial arts specialist Valentin Espiricueta demonstrate how simple and easy it is to master, giving the player the ability to react faster and break down any opponent.
Leroy Glover was the first man there.
Along with his drive and heart, Glover's edge developed even further his second year with the Saints, when he began using a martial arts technique specifically developed for football by Valentin Espiricueta that changed the way Glover and his opponents played the game.
Remember, your main goal, that quarterback right there, okay? Bam. A lot of guys I see on TV, always pushing and shoving. We teach them how to break those hands down and teach them how to, create leverage as soon as they grab onto you.
Took my game from having, 8 to 7 sacks one season to having obviously 17 the next season, and so that's what we're trying to do here, to just try to take a guy's game from here and take it to the next level.
When we leave after the first day, the guys that we work with have something that they feel like they can take onto the football field and use it right then. We feel like we make a guy a better football player in one day.
Guys will say, man, what just happened to me? What did he just do?
No other instructional video can teach this aggressive technique and ability. It is like nothing ever made available to the sport of football. If you are a player or coach with a desire to learn a forceful skill that will dominate your opponents and give you the edge to win, then this program is for you. Learn the winning edge.